Hello,
Yo,
hello.
it's
What's
like,
up?
what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, ladies? Do the banquet bounce.
What's going on
What-
with you?
now, what's going on with you? Because I'm just sitting here, chilling.
Me too.
Like,
I like your braids.
first, let me just say this.
Friend, I like your braids.
Listen, I feel like she braided like I had glasses on. You know what I'm saying? So you see this like this hump. I ain't even have no glass on. Then let me tell you this. One, I ain't even gonna go back to the person. Two, she took the blow dryer. I told you that. She took the blow dryer and she started blow drying my hair. And this whole thing right here. Is this the right ear? She tried to take my damn earring out with the combs. Is you on dope or something? What is going on?
Yep.
But guess what? But guess what though? We here and we in the motherfucking building. So we got a great topic tonight. But what you been up to? Because let's tell the people why we're not sitting next to each other today. Let's just let them know what you know you done started this workout. You trying to be 40 in time. 45. That's how old you
Okay,
are.
so yeah, I got this whole little new workout with regimen, and the girl in the pain shoulder, she's in pain. She's in pain. She's in pain. She's in pain. But it's all right though. It's all right though, because you know it's a new journey. I'm gonna take y'all with me on my journey.
Okay, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But for real though, other than that, that's just a little soreness. But I actually was doing my other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Closing
Don't
in.
let them move to the money move, baby. Don't let them move.
Hey, don't
To the
nothing
money move.
into
So I
the,
had to get that money moving.
don't nothing move until the money moves. Let's be clear.
Don't let them move until the money move. Look at this. I was in the office like all afternoon. I ain't did my hair. I mean, bare, baby.
You still fine though. You still fine.
Girl, I had a lashes in a long time. Let me get some lashes.
You need some lashes. Might have me on a pair.
Hey. Hey.
Okay, so what else topic going through this week? What else? I'm trying to think.
Our topic for this week is dating in 2021.
Ooh.
Dating in 2021.
And I had told my Facebook friends that I had did a thing. And I did do a thing.
Yes, you did.
You were there with me.
You were trying to get me to do a thing, and I wasn't going to do the thing.
We did a thing. We did a thing. And you did do the thing too. You were on something. So
I had been did the thing. I just let you do the thing.
What I did was I I'm ashamed.
Why?
Because okay, first let me just be clear. I never intended on it to be like I'm not looking for a dating app to help me date.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for like what are people interested in? Why are people, you know, what do they have going on? And hey, what are people like? Is it a physical attraction before they start trying to find out about who you are as a person, or like what is going on in the dating world? So that's what I was signing up for. So I signed up for the Facebook dating. It was foolishness from the gate. Not sure what the algorithm is that they use to match you with people, but you seen it. And then Shakendra was like, "Well, don't discriminate," and I'm like, So apparently, what you do is you like, or what is it you like? You heart them, and then they can communicate with you.
Right.
Or you can say no, and then I don't know what happens when you say no. If they know that you said no, I don't know that part.
No, they don't know that you swipe left. Right, whatever.
Now the only reason
why you're supposed to swipe, they don't know.
But the only reason why we even did this was because how many people have said they found husbands on these online dating apps?
Yeah, and some of them have.
And they found some, like 3 out of 5 people I know have found like a mate.
But it's great.
But not on Match.com. But
Facebook.
Match.com, they're getting married from Match.com. They're just dating on Facebook dating. But with plenty of fish and all that, like with the murders and stuff, like I would be scared. But we got dating in 2020, and we got some people waiting to join the room with you.
Yeah, so we got a special guest tonight. Oh, did we even introduce ourselves? Yo, I'm LA from the
Hey.
We got Young over here. Normally we are together. But I worked a little over today.
Yeah, we did a little time.
So COD, letting it the move to the money move. So yeah. Anyway, we have a special guest tonight. You want to introduce the guest?
Reverend Deacon.
No, you did.
The show will be joining us. He never even said what he wanted to go by. Let's see. Oh, and Valley Gal is also on here. So she's actually experienced this dating thing too. So we got 2 people in the waiting room waiting to just talk to us about dating in 2021.
Okay.
Which is different from dating. So we got Virgil, aka Reverend, aka Deacon.
Mm-hmm.
He missed out on Bible study tonight to be here with us. He could have been anywhere, so we feel privileged. We honor him. We thank him. And then we got Valley Gal here. She's going to talk about the pros and cons of dating in 2021.
Okay.
So bring them in when you're ready.
All right, what's going to bring Virgil in? I don't see Valley Girl yet, so we're going to go ahead and bring Virgil in, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Virgil.
Yo.
What's up, Reverend? How are you, Reverend?
I'm good.
Well, before we get started, Reverend, I do want to just give a definition of dating so you can be okay, because you was very adamant about hearing our definition of dating.
But it's a lot of things though. Like even if you define it, how's the person define it?
No, we're gonna use references for that. Is that okay?
I didn't hear you.
Again, that was your okay.
Oh, yeah, your background is pretty loud.
This is Bluetooth, and you said it was me. Let me work it. Dating means to establish or ascertain the date of an object or an event. Indicate or expose as being old-fashioned dating. So it's 2 different meanings of the word date. Dating is a stage of romantic relationships practiced in Western societies whereby 2 people meet socially with the aim of assessing the other's sustainability as a prospective partner in a future intimate relationship. That's Wikipedia's version of dating. Should I look up the Urban Dictionary definition of dating? Okay. So Black people say
something more relatable.
No, that was definitely. I like Wikipedia's definition. So Urban Dictionary says dating is where two people who are attracted to each other spend time together to see if they also can stand to be around each other most of the time. If this is successful, they develop a relationship. Although sometimes a relationship develops anyway if the people can't find anybody else to date them, or are very lonely, or one person is only attracted to the other person and pretends to be in love with the second unfortunate person who has the misunderstanding that they have found love. This occurs quite often and eventually leads to something called cheating. That's the Urban Dictionary.
And that's the most accurate. That's the most accurate.
No,
Yes, it is.
no.
Yes,
No.
that's how people get
The
stuck.
the other one was for high society people with big brains that can listen to all those big words explain something that nobody does.
Ascertain.
Cause
Okay,
like,
great.
cause you started reading that Wikipedia thing, and I
Oh, stop. I feel like
like in the treble clef major when the alignment of the two people
oh,
meet
you know
and their
what,
souls intertwine. Like I was like, what?
Reverend, I don't like you, so that's just that. Because that's
Love you
not what
though.
I do love you, but Wikipedia is right. Okay, it's right.
I'm not
So
saying it was wrong. I'm just saying nobody's going to relate to it enough to listen to it. It's almost like Common, to live, and any rappers like that. Nobody's going to listen to them because you have to listen too hard. So I had
okay,
to pay too much attention to that definition to ever go by it. I was
so
like, if I thought I wanted to be interested in, I would have been. I had to say, let me read that again.
Yeah.
okay. Well, let's say this. This is I can see where a lot of us would agree with that because sometimes when people date, then they automatically think they're in a relationship, which is not accurate.
Right.
That's why people have a problem with Lori Hart because she's dating.
Because
Like you're
she's right.
supposed to.
She's dating the Wikipedia version of what dating is, and everybody has a problem with it. She's a hoe. Which how is she a hoe? Because she's dating.
Hmm. I think she's being smart because she knows not to stick with somebody too long if that's not what she's looking for. And that's the problem with a
And
lot of us now. We'll get somebody, see him, oh, he fine, she fine, yeah, the sex may be pretty good, but then as time goes on, now you done jumped into this, they fell into this relationship, and it's like, okay, 2, 3 years done went by, and you realize you really don't even like the motherfucker. So it's like
They
you
can
just
placed or assumed into
yeah,
a
you get
relationship.
comfortable, and so you just sit there instead of actually dating most of the people to figure out, okay, what I like, what I don't like, what are my deal breakers, this, that, and the other. You don't do that. You just get with somebody, you like that one person, and you stick with them. You know
but
what I'm saying? Until whatever.
that's
So
so
you
that's
think,
why they cheating. That's why they cheating then.
but that's not cheating though.
No, no, it leads to cheating is what
Oh, okay, yeah.
there is. If you're liking somebody and you barely like them, then another person come on, then what are you doing?
Yeah,
In time, space, energy.
right. But like Virgil said, people can't become complacent. They be comfortable, and then they say, "Oh, I'll put in too much time. Now I don't want to go nowhere." But you ain't happy.
Hmm.
You there for convenience at this point, and you
Right.
should have
or
been
or
gone.
or kids.
That too.
So
The
then
kid,
that means you had sex and then sex dictates the dating.
basically.
So really you're not even dating.
Some people only equate sex to, that's their definition of dating or intimacy is sex.
Now whose fault is that?
So like I said some people.
I'm saying whose fault is the society dictate that
The
if you're
parents.
dating, you should be having sex.
Society dictates a lot of stuff.
I'm saying so we can all agree that society dictates the way we view dating.
Yeah, unfortunately. Just
I'm not
think
going to
about it.
identify with that, but I understand what you're
People,
saying.
people do not truly think for themselves anymore. Let's
They
be real.
No,
don't. They're sheep.
not at all.
There's not many free thinkers, So if the mass thinks is this way, and like matter of fact, my great grandmother, we had a conversation before she passed, and that one thing we was talking about was dating. And her definition was, hey, you date multiple people, you figure out who it is that you like the best. You know what I'm saying? And then you quote unquote, you know how they say they court you at that point where it's more exclusive. Figure out where you're gonna go, relationship, then engagement, then marriage. You know what I'm saying? But no, we don't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? They jump,
Right.
that whole dating experience is left out. You understand? So
It's skipped. Like
yeah,
we go straight to marriage.
they go straight
Literally.
into
Whether
relationship.
it's sexual or
Right.
whether it's monogamy, like people go straight to marriage and they play married for so long that
Mm-hmm.
What?
But society has made it seem like it was wrong for you to date multiple people as far as being a woman anyway. Is you could not just, you they want you to be in line with, okay, well, the guys can do this, but you as women can't do this.
Right. Which is wrong because who do you
I
think
don't
the
think that's I don't think that's I don't think that's true.
that
So
is?
a woman, just
It's
like you just said with Harvey, they was just saying how everybody want to call her a whore because she's dating
but
multiple people.
who is
Society.
everybody? Like
No, I'm saying the masses,
this
society, whoever,
like I we can only say that the media does this because society isn't in tune enough with her life or on a level enough to connect to her life to make those standings or even to get that insight. So like the media is playing this,
that
which
picture.
controls the society. But like it's
Really?
not a person saying like, oh, she's dating a bunch of people. Like a la Ahmed Fire and Brimstone to you. No, that's not what's happening.
They're condemning her for dating multiple people on all your popular talk shows, all your blogs. Everybody has a problem with who she's dating. Because why? Because she's a woman. But when men date serial date, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because women are bred to marry from birth. You really? What color is your wedding? Really, they want women to say, "I'm going to be married by a certain age," and then they shame women that aren't married by a certain age.
You know, that's the whole problem that y'all face in marriage is that society has told y'all some magical fairy tale of what a relationship and marriage should be like, but there's no reciprocity in that story. It's
Mm-hmm.
I come, I save the day, I call you down, you see that I like, or you wave me off, I overcome all the rest of your suitors, and I prove to you that I'm the one. And that's old.
It is old, but it's still a way.
That's why people cheat and men leave. That right there.
What do you mean?
Because I have to do all that for you to consider if you like me or not.
Mm-hmm.
No, really, you don't. What are some of the basic core values that a man should have when you're dating? Right? Most of the
What
people
what
are saying they want a man that can provide stability, right? Which falls back on finance, right? And they don't even really consider a man's finances. Really, they consider what the man looked like first. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And men do the same thing. They do the exact same thing. You know what? If y'all
but
watch
that's
American,
natural. It's the first thing you see. Like
Attraction.
you have to have some type of attraction to engage further.
looks fade,
Unless
looks fade.
Yeah.
huh?
So looks fade.
But it's not it starts that way. Like I'm not gonna say let me go drink sea moss just because. Like I have to find some kind of interest and I'm like, oh, well, it does this. Okay, well, let me try that. So, oh,
But
they used it to get this, and that's the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm attracted to her. I want to see what she's like. Like nobody ever says, unless they know you and that y'all been friends, y'all went to high school, y'all just went tight. I'm not gonna be like, hey, yo, Riri, yo, like, I mean, yeah, like if I don't know you, I'm not gonna be like, yo, she's so smart and man, she got it on. She run her own biz and stuff. Like, yeah, I think she the one. Nah, that's not what happens. I see you at the spot. Like, oh, she was kind of right. Let's see what she about.
She looks smart though.
That's where your glasses at?
No, often I look like the fun girl when I was young. Oh, you look like a fun girl, sir. What is that? You want to take me out because I look like a fun girl? Let me tell you something.
Somebody that think they can hoop.
Ain't no fun going on. So that's what men think dating is: sex.
Yeah.
Men think dating is sex. If you take me out to go eat a steak, I order a steak, you're going to expect sex. If you buy me in a club, a drink in the club, you gonna follow me around all day.
I didn't know we had an Asian. I didn't know we had an Asian on the line.
An Asian?
Yeah, who is you? Who's this you?
Men.
Terry says it's tough if the couples don't have something in common, and Brittany says it's the consistency for me. You're not showing me you're interested in me. Why not go and talk to other people who's showing me what I'm looking for?
But okay, so what Brittany said. So what determines how serious? If I just meet you,
she's right.
Should I start dating other people, or should I give you an opportunity to wow me, or should I continue dating multiple people?
You don't create space. You don't create space for nothing that doesn't interest you. Like an adult, no matter what they say, will make time for what they want to do. You cannot stop. Not even adult, even a child will make time for what they want to do. I was working 19 hours a day, and for the right person, I would sacrifice a couple hours of sleep out of the 4 that I would get to hang out with them. But somebody that don't make time ain't interested, and you don't make time for somebody that don't prove you interest. So
that's true.
Okay, so do you think the new ways of meeting people are like over the internet? Like, what do y'all think about those things? Like, because you're not
it's
going
just
out
easier.
somebody, so maybe you're getting a picture, but it's a filter, so you don't really even know what it look like.
Yeah, it's easier. It's easier to pass off your representative. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all the internet does.
But I think it also makes it harder.
Version of alcohol.
Mm-hmm. It's like you said, Virgil, I agree. It's easier for you to pass off your representative, but I also feel like it also in the long run, well, on the back end, it makes it harder because now you have to really, really, really either try to prove yourself based on what you post to be. You understand POST?
Right.
Post to be versus who you really are. It's a little bit different when you're meeting someone face to face. They feel your energy, y'all kind of like have that connection with talking. Whereas, you meeting online, you ain't doing it but typing.
It doesn't matter. Like somebody might have a little more couth online because they're more comfortable without your direct interaction. But it's the same thing. We all do interviews.
So y'all.
But I think people can feel your bullshit, a little bit faster when you face to face. You don't think so? I think it depends.
But we all do interviews. How many times have you wrote that you're the best qualified candidate for everything, and you twisted all this stuff into what this really means, and you stretched it? Because I used to cook for 8 people, like I'm the best cook. I have 18 years of cooking experience for whatever. Like we all know how to do interviews.
Now.
I don't know.
It's not, but that's not lying.
It's embellishing the truth because guess what? Let me tell you something. When people they know Excel on their resume, and then when they get into my job and they don't know Excel, now I got a problem because you lied. Right. Now you wasted my time. Now I got to go back and train you on something that you should have already known how to do because that's what you told me.
But just like dating, that's your fault that you didn't have a way to prove that they know Excel when you did your interview.
Okay, question.
Because you hired them.
Okay.
Yes.
So 1 second.
Just like dating, you want to
Get hired
screen these
based
people
on your
you're dating.
representative.
Hold on.
Like you
So-
can't. I'm not hiring you off of your credentials.
Okay, so if the internet is an interview, should I go through it and say, well, you could be lying? So if you put on your profile that you 6'5", and I'm looking for somebody that's 6'5", and when I see you 5'7", don't be embarrassed when I walk off on your ass, because guess what? You lied. It don't matter if we had a good rapport or not. You lied for no reason. It's no reason to lie.
But
Here.
what I'm saying is that's still different. If I say that I'm a gentleman all on the internet, and then we meet and you don't see the gentleman and we still continue to talk, whose fault is that?
Yours.
No, it's not.
It is yours.
I showed you who I was.
No.
I showed you who I was.
And I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna leave.
Okay, and that's what you're supposed to do. Just like if I say I know Excel and you don't test to see if I know Excel and you hire me, then it's your problem you got to deal with. Every exit sign on the highway that you look past is something you have to deal with until you decide to get off or they decide to change.
Okay, so while you're on these dating profiles, when you see somebody, because this is a new way of dating, people are not meeting each other anymore in places because places are closed. Some places are opening back up. But so when you see like the first sign of a lie, you got to overlook it. I mean, you have to exit the premises at that point because they lied. And it's my fault because I didn't look into the lie before whoever you represented yourself to be.
Like, we know all things through the spirit, and you know a person's spirit by their fruit. So I can tell you everything you want to hear, but what comes out of me is the truth.
Okay. But if you say you were 6'5", and all you did was just sitting down, I can't research 6'5". I can't research that you 6'5" or not.
But the interview, we're not. You're not going to get engaged with me off of a Facebook meeting group, right?
No, but I wouldn't have wasted.
So like we still have to come face to face to consummate our relationship.
So you saying I need to do a background check?
No, I'm not saying you do a background check. I'm saying you test the fruit.
We're gonna do a criminal record check, background check. We gonna do.
But do you think that's even fair though? So when you start,
yes, it's fair.
Do you think that's
is your life worth it? Is your life worth it?
I'm not.
Is your heart worth it?
Someone did a background check on me, right? First of all,
they ran, huh? They ran, huh?
No.
Or they like them hood.
I don't know what the clown did. I told him never to speak to me again. It was the audacity that you ran a back. I felt like that was an invasion of my privacy. Like you didn't even give me the opportunity to say who I was, or you didn't even listen when I told you because I'm going to tell you who I am.
But look what you just did. You just took his fruit and made a decision on what to do with your life.
Yeah, run the other way. Because if you sitting here and you got time and money to waste on background checks on me, little old me, who gonna tell you everything any damn way, well, sir, you're a stalker at that point. That's stalking.
So
you don't think that's a stalker? LA, that a stalker?
I'm just saying. I'm not. I don't care what it is. It's crazy at least, but you saw the sign and you got off the highway. That's all that can happen. These dating platforms are taking place of your meeting exchanges. And just like when you meet somebody, you don't say, hey, it's nice to meet you. Will you be my partner for life? No, you say, hey, it's nice to meet you. What are you into? What do you do? And y'all get to know each other. And then y'all make a decision based on that stuff that y'all learn about each other. So just because I can tell you whatever I want to start, like it might be foul if I told you I'm 5'8", or I told you I'm 6'2" and I'm really 5'8". Like, yeah, it's foul, but like it's gonna show itself when it's time to really reap the benefits of whatever meeting I got going on.
But when I meet you, I'm looking for somebody, and that's even with filters for men, because they say women use it, but men use
or this, like and you like your eyelashes is all pretty and your makeup is done in that one eye, and y'all post that picture like this.
Boy. You see me in my house. Hello, you see me in my house. Girls, boys,
Like,
listen.
I would hate to see what y'all inboxes are like though. But like,
My inbox
women
is
is crazy.
No,
Whatever.
but okay.
Mentira,
So we online dating is something, but then what about if you go to a club and you meet somebody? Like,
but it's the same thing.
etiquette with that though. Is that the same thing? Because now you see what they look like.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. You see them in the
Because
club.
they're gonna go home. They're gonna take this off. They're gonna take these lashes off. They're gonna take that makeup off. They're gonna take that. They're gonna take that support, that body trainer off. They're gonna do a whole lot of stuff.
That support.
They're gonna do a whole lot of stuff that you don't know who it is.
What?
You don't know a person until you see who they are. Like,
so again, you're looking at someone from a physical standpoint at first. Y'all not even interested in knowing who the person is. Like, y'all don't want to get to know good people. Y'all want to rub
that is a crazy marginalization statement right there.
It is. That's what men in 2021. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for the Instagram model, but they want the Claire Huxtable wife. Y'all come, not you, Reverend. Your counterparts. Or boys to men, whichever one you want to call them. I don't mean because you know how particular you are with the word men. So the guy,
men has a real meaning. A man has a real meaning. Male, yes.
The male gender is looking for something that's not even real. They want the Instagram model, like I said. They want Felicia Rashad at home. They want Paula Dean in the kitchen. They want who else they want?
The greatest line ever. Sweatpants, hair tie, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong.
But y'all don't want that. Y'all not gonna talk to that.
Like you're not doing karate right now. Calm down. Stop yawing. Stop yawing.
Okay, well, men are not going. You're going to pass up the girl with the sweatpants for the made-up girl. Why? Why these women out here killing themselves with illegal butt shots?
I'm gonna be right back.
Cause somebody think it's cool.
Okay, what, LA?
I'll be right back.
You gonna be right back?
I'm cold. I got plenty of sweater. I'll be right back.
You ain't cold. Your area is not that cold. Cause you're sitting here. You are, well, if you want to say marginalizing, you are marginalizing men because that is what men are out here looking for. Period.
No, it's not. Some males. There are a lot of males out here thirsty than a mug. That little pink thing that they want to stick in everything. Like, yeah, like there is, but that's not a man though.
Okay, but
like a man's gonna say, "Hi, I'm Virgil. It's nice to meet you. You caught my eye. I wanted to get to know you better."
I've never heard.
That's because people are trying to run game because I got to get past all these roadblocks. So it's like it's much easier to say, "Hey, let me buy you a drink." Da 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 da. Hey yo, so what you got going on this weekend? Like you try to make a bigger stage than whatever because it's dudes is out here bugging. Like y'all have all the power and y'all don't know it.
How?
Because
How? Because it's a lot of women that can say that they chose someone that didn't choose them, and so then they're not with that person. So how do the women have the power? And we are not even outnumbered.
Y'all not outnumbered?
Y'all are not outnumbered. Men like to say it's 20 to 1, or 5 to 1, or 7 to 1, 8 to 1. That's not accurate. That is not accurate.
I'm just saying. Okay, let's put it to the point where you haven't experienced enough of the male species to identify a lot of the parlor tricks that dudes use to get your attention.
And you know why? Because dating is scary. Nice sweater, LA.
Dating's not scary.
It's scary. Dating is scary. Dating is scary.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
How is getting to know somebody scary? Like, dating is only scary if you think I'm supposed to end up with this person that I'm dating.
No,
like you remove expectations and nothing is scary.
No, because men make expectations just as bad as women. So I met a guy.
I don't know kind of much you run around after. Like maybe you should move from Atlanta.
Nah, bro. First of all,
go ahead.
Ain't got nothing to do with women.
Okay.
No. Like, I know a lot of people in Atlanta, and I hear the same story over and over, and I feel like y'all are too good for that. So y'all should leave Atlanta and go to somewhere more sensible.
They have the same damn problems wherever they go, because it ain't Atlanta, it's them.
It's the same.
They're the common denominator.
It's the male species. Because I met a guy. I told the guy I'm not interested in being.
Hold on. Okay. Male species. Where'd you meet the guy at?
At work. At work.
At work?
Yeah.
You met a guy at work. Okay.
I met a guy at work.
Are you? Is this the same guy you're talking about, or are you going to another guy now?
This is a different guy.
Thank you.
No, actually, it's the same guy. Anyway, I met him at my job. I said, I'm not interested in a relationship with you or anybody because my heart already belongs to someone. But I'm okay with hanging out, dating. Yeah, I'm okay with dating. I'm okay with dating. We can be friends.
So how is that okay?
What do you mean?
Forget a background check. How's it okay to say I'm okay dating you, but I'm not going to be with you because my heart is somewhere else? How's that okay?
Not necessarily.
I wish a man would say something. I wish a man would say some stuff like that. Y'all will have him hung out and aired out with the quickness.
Friend dates. This is me giving you all the information. I'm putting all the information out so you can make a decision on what you want to do going forward. So guess what? He thought that he wanted to be.
That's what you just told that dude.
No. What I said?
Where I wanna be.
Yeah, well, so then he thought he could buy me. Because men think that money influences women too.
Men don't think that. I promise you.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
A man's not approaching you with perks. Somebody that's coming with perks is a kid looking for a way in. They're looking for a shortcut. A man's not just gonna approach you like, "Hey, shawty, like I'm come hop in this Benz." Like, no, a man's not gonna do that. If he does that, he immediately disqualifies himself from the title of a man.
Well, it's a lot of disentitled men out here.
Yes.
Let's just be clear.
Because there's a lot of men out there that think that because of what they got.
Yes, you do, Super Dave.
Because of what they have, because of the material things that they have acquired, whether it's houses and cars, money, jewelry, or whatever, they think that this what y'all want.
Right.
But that's not a man. That's a spoiled brat. And in some extent, they are right.
But see, here's the thing, though, right? We can say they're not a man all day. But hell, that's not what they're thinking.
They checking
me. That's not their perception. So no, I'm just saying I've seen it a lot of times where, and this is something else. We can go into another topic on a different day. But there are a lot of times where you have men who think that because they're successful in their own right or whatever success they think it is. You know what I'm saying? As far as money, how much money they have made, they feel like they basically have all these different options and they can choose and they can treat women however they want to treat them. I've seen it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Where they have dogged women because they're like, well, shit, I got all this, I got all that. I can do what the fuck I want to do. I've seen it. They do it. It's based on the material things that they have had. Slick narcissistic type shit, actually, if you think about it.
You just keep saying all these things that go away from what a real man is. But
listen, I'm not saying, because it's all about opinion. So you can't. That's all about opinion at the end of the day.
But what I'm saying is, if a person approaches you in a childlike manner, they are a child, regardless of their age, regardless of what they claim, how they look, or whatever. Like if I come to you not as myself with everything that I offer, like if I'm offering you all of my benefits, then I have no self-value. Therefore, I am not a man.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you the things that I have seen. You know what I'm saying? And how I've seen certain people been treated. But you can't sit there and tell this person or that male that, hey, I'm not a man. That's why I said it's all subjective and it's all opinion. It's all, at the end of the day, it's based on opinion. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you though. It's
But
all
people
about
can be people can definitely be confused, and
just like women do the same
humans
thing,
have
though.
a lot of words defined wrong through programming that they go through in
Absolutely.
life. I'm not gonna disagree with you there. Like
And it's
man,
based on
love.
what they've seen in society or what the quote unquote masses say that is what do you want to call what I'm looking for? Basically like the right or the wrong, you know what I'm saying, or what's successful, what's not successful. We always, you know what I'm saying, we was taught for the longest that being successful is about, you know, making a lot of money, getting the things we want, da 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 da. But then as we get older, things start to change. Success is based on what you make success to be in your own, and you're on your own, you know what I'm saying? But if you leave it up to society, quote unquote, success is becoming rich, you know, having these things, having those things, and all of it 9 out of 10 equate to something that's material. So when people acquire these things that everybody's trying to get, then they kind of put they feel like they're on a different caliber than everybody else.
Yep.
Real talk. And so because
But like the people that do that disqualify themselves from legitimacy of whatever they're trying to claim.
Listen,
That's all I'm saying.
that, but
So like
that's
that's
why
a
it's so
sign.
important to work on personal development, even in journeys of the things that you're doing and trying to acquire those things, because when you do get to that point of quote unquote success, it brings out who you truly are. So when you have those people who, okay, I've made all this money, it can be men or women alike, because you have women who's just as bad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I won't date nobody that's this. I won't date nobody that's that. I want this. I need this. I'm like, come on. You know, so, but it's same thing with men. You know, it's like, okay, well, and I'm not talking about all men. Like I said, you know, I just know what I've seen. And I'm not saying all men do this, but I've seen it.
We're saying the same thing though.
Yeah, but I'm just, yeah. That's why I said I wasn't disagreeing with you. But it's I've seen it.
But men do use money as a bait.
Hell yeah.
Get women.
Money and
The male species use money to get, just like a woman gonna use that fake ass to get a man. While you talk about the body, whatever you call it, support or whatever you call it, women use that in order to get a man's attention as well. Certain things attract people to other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people it might be shoes, some people it might be hair, but most people, most men, most male species are not going for the woman in her natural state when they are out. They don't go for the girl that's with the sweatpants on versus the girl that they feel like is polished. And just like a woman ain't really gonna try to go for a man that's got dirt up on his fingernails, they might go for the man with the suit on and think that he got himself together. So it's mostly it becomes to who looks more presentable or like a complete package, because no one wants to do the work to put people together.
And you know what I really considered doing? I really wanted to do a reverse catfish. Like I wanted to Eddie Murphy myself into a clump and get to know somebody and do all the pictures up, and then when I really meet them, be like the prince, the frog that turned into a prince or whatever. I really want to do that.
You want to be the frog that turns into the prince, or the prince that turns into the frog?
No, like I want to do a reverse catfish.
Well, Brandon said you're supposed to try to attract the opposite sex by not being who you are. And Super Dave Kent tells you to do the reverse catfish, which
man, we need to document that.
But if you're gonna do the reverse catfish, I feel like that's misleading. Like you're being dishonest.
I'm not saying it's not misleading,
but
but
it is misleading.
it is.
And you were male. Males mislead.
But I'm not. It's misleading in the wrong way. Like I'm trying to turn you off to see who you really are, versus I'm showing you all of my benefits and everything that makes me worthwhile. Like I have a best friend, and that's the exact difference between us. Like we do a lot of things the same way, but how we go about it is completely opposite. Like they want to make sure they control everything. I want you to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So like the problem with faking and pretending and controlling is that you always have to do it. Exactly. Until some magical switch happens, you always have to do it. So why am I going to fake like I have a 6-pack if I don't?
Okay.
But that's what society is built on.
Yeah.
Fakeness.
I don't care about society though.
You don't, but other people do.
All right.
In 2021, while you're dating, they care about the fake shit. They care about the illusion. They care
and
about
all that stuff. And all that stuff has signs and symptoms.
Look, I signed up for Facebook dating. I didn't put anything on my bio or nothing. I just put a picture. There was 4 pictures on there.
And you had 70 people liking you.
I don't know how many it was.
Mm-hmm.
You had 70 people liking you.
It
wasn't 70.
You didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
But
you don't know if that's a real picture or not.
But what I'm saying is, like, a person that might actually get your interest would approach that differently. So like a real person, you can always kind of feel when it's genuine because things aren't prompted, things aren't leading. It's like, okay, beautiful. Why you post all these pictures and not say nothing? What secrets you hiding?
No one said that.
I'm not saying that they would, because your ratio of real men on Facebook dating is real low.
Well, then
it's like a lottery ticket.
Well, then how are these people getting married off of these dating apps?
Who is these people?
These people I know.
What is their cultural background?
It don't matter.
There's some black people.
It can happen.
There's some white people and some black people.
It can happen.
So what you trying to say?
But I mean,
I'm just saying,
it depends on where you are in life. You know what I'm saying? Because when you dating in your 20s, it's so different than dating in your 30s and your 40s.
Oh,
you know?
Definitely.
You know, like for example, well, hell, I don't know about now. I can keep
when we was
in our 20s, right? But you didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all neither really at that age, neither one of y'all had shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had nothing. So you were able to have fun, be real transparent. Just go. A lot of times, you know.
Why can't you do that?
You can do that. Hold on, let me finish though. But the thing about it is, most of the time when you're in your early 20s, when you're in your 20s period, you haven't experienced too much. So you're really more so like fearless at that point. You know what I'm saying? You really haven't had any real heartbreaks, or anything of that nature. You ain't really been through nothing. So you're really at that point, you're kind of really fearless. You know, you're taking a chance on love. You're taking a chance on a lot of stuff. You know, hell, y'all might just be riding down Martin together. Shit, I don't know. Like your requirements.
You're around on your bus pass.
Right, your requirements really are your standards or whatever not really there. But then once you start growing as an adult, you start getting these standards and these requirements. You had heartbreaks, and so now you're you don't want to take the chances that you would have taken when you was fearless and young and this, that, and the other. You know, and so it's definitely different. Now, I'm not saying all people like that, you know, but people have baggage. Once they start going through things, start experiencing things, they start carrying a lot of shit. They don't allow themselves to heal. It's just a lot of different things they do, you know. So
what's the chance though that you're taking?
What are you? The chance on love.
A disappointment. Wasting time. You can't never get these.
Time, hell yeah.
You can never get, and this is why I don't waste mine, because you can never get them hours back, them minutes back, them seconds.
But it's not wasting time if you approach everything open-mindedly. You're not wasting time.
What I'm doing,
you're gathering info.
Well, it needs to be inspiration on that time. Stuff don't take that long.
Exactly. Because if you said you was 6'5" and you was 5'8", why am I gonna continue to gather information, sir?
Girl,
now I'm mad at you because I really thought you was 6'5" the whole time, and turned out I was hyped. I was turned up. I was real. You hear me? I was like, girl, you know that's a requirement. So then now I'm mad at you because you lied. And I done wasted my time talking to you. You could have been the best person for me. But guess what? I would never know. And it's a
see, but and that's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's not wasting your time if you go into stuff openly. Like the thing a lot of women do, and I understand why you do it, because y'all have experienced a lot of hurt and a lot of trauma. But the more you try to protect yourself, the more you make yourself susceptible.
To what? Susceptible? I can't talk.
Because you're putting up defenses. That's giving me a target.
Now this is manifestation.
All you do.
Me putting up a defense is not your target, because you're not gonna aim for my defense.
If I'm a wolf and I'm trying to smash, and I know, and you put this out, oh, she do this, oh, she gonna like this. All right, so I'm gonna do that. Like, I can play a role to get past your defenses. Or if I'm just
you can't play it forever.
Huh?
You can't play it. You can't pretend.
But that's what I'm saying. But because you're protecting yourself. Like, okay, hold on. Let me backtrack in the sense when I say protecting yourself, I'm not saying sleep with people or not sleep with people. I'm just saying be open to engaging with people. Mm-hmm. So if you are engaging with me and you be like, well, this is how I feel. I'm waiting until I'm getting married. I want to get to know people. Like, this is happening. Now I have a choice to make. Because, oh, she's looking for something legitimately thing. Like, how long is it going to take for me to play this game? And most of the time, a wolf isn't going to go through all that to do that. But when y'all like, nah, I ain't messing with you. You ain't real. And now I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Why don't you never holler at me? Blah, blah, blah. Every time I see you, like, when you gonna kick it with me, man? You ain't with that dude no more. Blah, blah, blah. And it don't mean nothing because I'm going somewhere else and smashing. But I'm showing you this attention every time I see you. And eventually it gets past your guard. Like, oh, well, you know, he's been trying to get at me for a long time. And now I get what I want and I'm out in the wind.
So that's dating in 2021 summed up, basically. People are just pretending.
That's not 2021 because I haven't dated in 2021. I'm telling you.
that's for the ages. That's what men been doing for the longest of time.
That's what wolves have been doing for the longest of time. But if you open, it's like, yo, this is what I want. This is what I do. And you hold yourself to those boundaries and you force those boundaries onto whoever you're talking to. All you're doing is gathering information to let you know if you need to progress or not.
And the answer would be no. I don't want to move forward. If you're 5'8" and you lied and said that,
hey, yo, get off of the 5'8".
Right. Get off of the hype, child.
I'm shallow. Y'all trying to say
you 5'9"?
Shit, I ain't said that, but he dog holler.
I'm 5'9". Yep, I'm 5'9". Thank you.
Oh,
I'm 5'9". Anyway. LA, I'm 5'9". Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, if you're open with what you're trying to do, I guarantee you it's going to be easier for you to date versus you trying to protect yourself, because all protection is looking for somebody with a good enough offense to penetrate it. Or you can protect yourself and now somebody from a different league just is happen to be flying low today and scoop you up because you didn't put yourself on a mountain. You got lions and tigers up the mountain, dinosaurs, a lava pit, spikes, can't nobody get up the mountain, but I fly regularly. So now I come through, I scoop you off of your porch, and and
So
I'm flying
basically,
low.
the brain was just strong enough.
But you can't. But that's what I'm saying. Your defense, the best defense is a good offense.
So the offense you suggest is when women are dating, they should just go in being open with no
Yes.
expectations, with the mindset of I want to get to meet as many new people as possible and find out as much as I can about this person till I don't like this person anymore. You're not considering the wasted time.
Not wasting my goddamn time no more.
Nobody has time to waste.
Okay. So how are you going to know then? So you're just instantly going to know that, hey, I should be with this person.
It's not instantly, but what I mean by wasted
So
time,
you're going to have. What I'm saying is you're going to have to spend that time no matter what.
but not in the same amount of time is what
That
we're
is
talking
why I
about.
don't like people. That's why
Like I was saying before, you have people who get in relationships, matter of fact, get married and don't even damn know each other. Exactly. Why? Because they really didn't get a chance. They because they was doing everything else. Put like that. They weren't really trying to get to know one another, but they was doing everything else because it felt good. It was temporary. You understand what I'm saying? But then when they got
and that's the problem, because you stop getting to know a person. When you're dating, people tend to stop getting to know a person and start trying to fulfill a role.
I know.
Instead of getting to know people.
And that's why I
which
said
is why
fall into these relationships. That's why I said that. They fall into these relationships. They might not have been even expecting that, but that's what they do. They get with that person, they have like a little connection. You know what I'm saying? They 9 out of 10, it was more physical than anything at first. They going out to little date, little dinner, whatever. Then, they sleeping together, whatever. The next thing you know, they in a relationship. Don't even really know each other though. Ain't really, hell, she don't even know his middle name. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know shit. They don't know nothing about each other. And then, as you know, time went by, and it's like, damn, the time that went by, you like, shit, it's been a year. It's been 2 years. Some people go as far as get married to post down your fucking
But see,
life.
and that's what I'm saying.
Out of convenience.
And that's what I'm saying. Be open, be intentional, and it prevents that kind of stuff because you see the signs earlier on when you're being intentional. It's like, oh, this needs to be set.
Being intentional, being open. But at the same token, it is, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. I'm not going with no fucking flow. I'm not going to do that, because going with the flow a lot of times is misleading, because when you go with the flow, neither one of you have any type of damn direction that you're going into. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where it's like, okay, where we're going. And then both of y'all looking damn crazy. You might think, you might think you was actually in a relationship with somebody and they turn around like, oh, well, we ain't together, because there was no communication there. You was going with the flow. Y'all just shooting the shit, doing whatever, but because there was no direction. Because people are not having conversations, they're not talking, they're not getting to know one another. So, nah.
I guess y'all are talking from the perspective of history, and I'm trying to talk from the perspective of moving forward. This is my arguments typically with the significant others that I've had. Is like, okay, I recognize the problem. Here's what we can do to go forward, but we have to keep talking about the problem so we can never go forward.
But no, it was not a problem from day one. It was saying, hey, I'm interested in you, but this is my goal. You understand what I'm saying? This is my goal. You know what I'm saying? And then once you start flowing with that person and y'all get into a quote unquote flow, then okay, now y'all have these conversations, you get to know each other. Okay, this is my expectation. This is what I'm looking for. It don't take like a whole year, 6 months to find that out. You need to have these conversations early.
But
instead of wasting your time finding out that, hey, we don't even want the same things. Nah, I'm not wasting my time to do that. That could have been a conversation way ahead of time. Because if we're not looking for the same thing or going the same path, yeah, we can be friends. But no, we ain't. No, that's not the path I want to go in. But I think that should be known earlier than later. I mean, that's me. It's not about it being a problem. It's just about being on the same page and actually knowing where y'all going. Not saying that there's a problem in trying to move forward. Yeah, you want to move forward, but you want to move forward with going in the same direction. It makes no sense to be trying to have something with somebody that's going in a totally different direction than you. Then for what? What would be that purpose?
where I don't understand where you're getting this line of thought from. Like I understand what you're saying, but like where did in our conversation right now, where did that come from?
No, that's what I was talking about before you had said what you said.
Yeah. So
I was like,
but you're
no,
basically
you
saying in
be
the beginning,
intentional.
it's like, hey, I'm on the highway to go to Toledo. Are you on the highway to go to Miami, or are you going to Toledo? That's what you're saying. Like, so it's all about being open. It's like, yo, like this is what I'm looking for. So you can engage with whoever you feel is attractive to that piques your interest to start an engagement with. As long as you're not thinking like, oh, I need to be with this person. Like you can engage with whoever you want to. Like, oh, like, hey, you're cute. Like, like what's your life goals? What's your 5-year plan? Where
Oh,
what are you trying to
absolutely.
be? How do
I
you
was a
deal
little
with
bit further along
relationships?
than that. That's the beginning stages. I was a little bit further along than that. Like I said, was once you say, okay, yeah, I'm feeling this person. I said, y'all are in a flow now. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing each other, da 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 da, woo woo. What I'm saying is, it just does not take a long period of time for you to get to know that person and to have the conversations of what y'all want in life. Because
But
I'm
like,
not saying y'all
but
need to
like,
be talking about marriage,
but
nothing like that. I'm not saying it, but it just, to me, if y'all not going in the same direction,
so
that's
I
all.
get what you're saying is what you're saying is you want somebody to be transparent
Yes,
faster than they typically will be.
I mean everybody different, so I mean,
So like dating is almost just like running a business. If 10 people come in your store, one person's
mm-hmm,
going to buy something.
that's true.
So
That
it's
is
like,
true.
so what I'm saying is when I'm saying you find out which way y'all are going, that's the same thing that you're saying, but the way you're taking it is like that's the very beginning stages. But it's like
Mm-mm.
those beginning stages show you which way y'all are going and y'all progress that way. But as soon as you see that y'all not going to the same destination, like if I'm trying to go to Seattle and you want to go to Vegas, once we
I
get to
think we're talking about
Colorado,
the same thing. I'm just saying that it just don't take forever, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
but
It
I,
don't take
I
a
mean
long time.
it probably does take, especially now, it probably does take almost living with somebody to know that true
Yeah,
person.
man. No. Oh, you trying to know somebody?
Because
I was trying to direction. Nah.
no, to know somebody. So like somebody might stay in the interview stages for 6 months to a year. It was like, well,
Mm-mm.
like I know I'm on probation. Like, so I'm filling this role that I feel like I need to meet. So it's like you have to be more intentional to weed through that. So like you can't rush it. Like it might not supposed to take forever if you're praying for the right one and obediently doing all this and you come up to the right one, it won't take forever. But
So it's just like this,
if you're
right?
just throwing darts at the wall, you're gonna have to give it some time.
No, so it's like this. For example, say, so I have a daughter, right, and I don't want any more children, right? I don't, right? And say,
What's your name,
um,
is Shawty?
and say I met somebody, right? And they're like, well, I want to have this, that amount of many kids.
Nice to
First of
meet you.
all, exactly. I already know we cool. We can be friends, but if that's what you want and that's what you're looking for, and I know that I'm not, that's a deal breaker for me. If I know that I'm not going to have more kids, and the reason why is, hell, shit, I ain't no. I'm
But do you?
40. I'm not having no more damn children. You
But
feel
do
like
you think
that?
that you
So my
have?
thing is, though, after you met this person, y'all done hung out a few times and everything, and then you start having, conversations where y'all are really starting to get to know one another. Then that comes up. It can be 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That comes up. Oh, never thought so what were you looking for? How did you get here? You're gonna have that conversation. And it's gonna be like, okay, well, now I don't want any kids. You got to make a decision then. Am I saying, hey, just cut the person completely off, don't be friends with them? No, but if I know that I don't want to have any more children, and that person knows that they want children because they don't have, I'm not wasting my time to go further with this person in a relationship or try to have a relationship with that person when I know good damn well they want kids and I don't. That's
Right.
what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. I'm saying certain
Absolutely.
conversations will come up early. It shouldn't take a year to find out that that person don't want no kids because y'all really were just fucking around and y'all going out on dates and y'all just having sex and y'all never have real conversations. This is what I'm talking about when I say it does not take a long time to find out if y'all are headed down the same path. And say I wanted to have a business. This is what I want to do. I'm an entrepreneur. And then you I don't know. You a serial student. Shit, you just stay in school and shit because your parents said that you don't have all this
Girl,
damn
leave me alone. Leave me the hell.
but we don't have that same thought pattern. I'm an entrepreneur and I know being with what I'm doing in the field and I'm in, that means I might be coming home late sometimes and I might be doing this, I might be doing that. But then this person that I'm dating or, trying to get to know says that he really wants a traditional type style home where the wife is at home by a certain time and she's cooking dinner every night and she's doing this and she's doing that. Hell, I know right now, this might not be that person.
See, the
conversation.
flaw in that is that if I'm still in interview mode and I still have my representative on, like that conversation doesn't mean nothing. So it's going to take time for you to see fruit. Fruit doesn't just come out of the ground instantly, and if it does, it's not worth it.
But okay, so when do people stop turning on the representatives then? When is it a safe space? Because you just wasted her time with your representative when she was upfront about who she was from day one. And that was what I was trying to say with the guy, because I was upfront with who I was and what I wanted, but you thought that you can change my mind. But I told you who I was up front. If the male species was up front, then her time wouldn't be wasted. Because if she said, I don't want kids on day one, you here on day 25 thinking she's going to change her mind. Whose fault is that? And now you've wasted her time. You've actually wasted her time because she told you what she wanted up front. Mm-hmm. And your representative lied to continue with the dating process. So that's misleading. And that's not right.
It's not right. But the world isn't right. Like
it's not, so going forward, people should set their intentions. That's why I asked the question like what are some of the things in dating that, and be honest about what you want up front. Right. Everybody said the same thing. Be honest about what you want up front.
Mm-hmm. Because when you flow, when things happen and months done went by and all this, and then 6 months, a year done went by, then y'all start really having these real conversations.
And now I'm mad.
You figure out that y'all ain't nowhere near going down the same path. You want to start a business, you want to be a damn employee for the rest of her life. She just, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she wants you to be home 24/7, or as soon as this and the other.
But and that's what I'm saying. Like when you're intentional, all that stuff comes out really fast. Because like if I'm trying to play the role, and I know you're a businesswoman and doing this, it's like what you're looking for. Characteristics of what you're looking for. I don't know that, so I can only fake to what I know. And if I never go past the part of getting merchandise or getting a plan or anything, now that I'm doing something different. No matter what I say or how lovey-dovey I make it or how enthralled and in love with you I act like I am, now the difference. So when you're open, it opens more opportunities for you to see the truth so that you can see the Dalmatian is covered with ashes instead of being who they are.
But again, so the responsibility lies on the woman too. What did you say?
So it relies on the person to be true to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can't just set boundaries and not enforce them. You can't just let your stance move however you feel for the day, because all that is weaknesses that people can exploit.
Well, Well, I feel like if a woman is being upfront with a man, I feel like that should be reciprocated.
Okay, and if the man's up front with the woman, it should be reciprocated. So like, but
Mhm.
we're still focusing on the problem. I'm trying to shift the conversation
Well,
to how do you protect yourself from these people with false intentions? And
well,
and the answer is not to not waste your time to get to know people, because then you're never going to get to know people.
Ask questions.
the way you fix
Like,
that is what Left Eye said in Waterfalls, and she quoted, "Stick to the rivers and valleys that you're used to. Don't
that is the dumbest.
go chasing waterfalls."
I seen some of the rivers and the lakes that you used to, and I hope you don't choose to stick around them.
No.
Ask questions. Ask questions.
Girl.
Ask questions. Ask questions.
Yeah,
Ask
you,
questions. Okay.
like not even. You know, I'm supposed to write a book, but I'm never going to get around to it. But like
No,
asking
I like
questions
that
is
topic.
but asking questions is setting yourself up, because I'm asking you a question, you immediately prepares you to respond. What you want to do is listen to what they say, because what comes out of a person is
Yeah.
more important than what you pull out of them.
Mhm.
Not if
Because
they
like when I ask you like, yo, when's the last time you went to the club? You kind of know what I feel. But if you say, hey, what do you think about dating? Oh man, I just want a good understanding woman, like we can work and we can build something together. But like when you let something come out of them, it tells more about them than what you ask them.
Oh shit, that sounds like more time.
I mean, I'm there still.
I get it. I know. I truly do get
But
it.
if
I
you
do.
don't, if I don't, because you
Gotta
do
ask
have people who like she said, they're narcissistic, or they're gonna say what they want you to say. Because I remember somebody was like, well, get her drunk and she gonna tell the truth, right? And I know that you're thinking that, so I know I'm still gonna say the same shit while I'm drinking, because you think I'm drunk and you don't think I understand what's going on, but I do. So I'm gonna keep the same thing up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can let people talk all day. They don't necessarily mean that they're gonna tell the truth.
it too. Sometimes they just like to hear themselves, but they just saying shit that they think
Because
sound.
these men, baby, these
But
men, they
but
just
the more people talk, the more they're giving of themselves. So like the more inconsistent their stances is going to be, because like talk means absolutely nothing.
Mhm.
it
Like
doesn't mean
talk mean just like what is I'm sorry? Like I'm sorry. It means absolutely nothing if it doesn't turn into a verb.
right. A change of behavior.
So people talking is it just, hey, oh, he said this, he said this, he said this. Oh well, this never came true. This ain't what he about. He did the opposite of that. They did this. So oh, you know what? Hey man, it's just not working out. It's not me. It's not you. It's me.
So then, what that equates to? Time wasted, which is what I've been saying this whole time. So I can ask
So
questions, not ask questions, and I'm still wasting time. Stick to the
so
rivers.
and you can stay by yourself and you're still wasting time. So like if I want to be an entrepreneur but never start a business, how can I be an entrepreneur?
Are you even trying to
That's wisdom.
become an entrepreneur?
Okay, but if I'm trying to find love and I'm never engaging with somebody to find love, where am I going to find it at?
Stick to
Steve, you missed that
the rivers and
but what that song doesn't tell you is the rivers and lakes got you to where you're at. You need to find new ones.
See, but what the song is telling you is safe where you know you're comfortable in what you know.
And that's a tragedy.
You're not disappointed because you expect.
That's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
Hey, tell me this. Tell me somebody that you was real tight with and cool with in Parma. And tell me how they living if they still in Parma. That's sticking to the same stupid lakes that you've been used to.
It is.
Some people like Parma. Parma is a nice place.
I'm not
to live.
saying, but what I'm saying is that you can't grow staying the same.
I understand that, but it's so many different things that you have to be like. I've been watching like Fatal Attraction and For My Man. Like I be watching these things, right? And they be meeting these people and it seems like it's all good. Then the next thing you know, the man killed a woman. Like it's a scary time being a woman. It's a scary time. Online dating is scary. Meeting people randomly at the grocery store that take too much interest in you, that's scary because then they turn out to be serial killers. The man put a note on my car and said, I should be excited that he put a note on my car. I feel like you're a stalker, sir. Another man had put some champagne and some strawberries on my door. How do you know my address, sir? Now, how do you know which door is my? Now I'm like, that's scary to me because I watch all the other movies. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you afraid to even meet new people because you don't know. You think them people that's dead thought that they was gonna die by the hands of meeting this person?
Hey, what armor did God give you for your back?
What?
What armor did God give you for your back?
For my back?
Yeah.
I don't know.
None, because you're not supposed to be running from nothing.
Oh, no. Listen. You don't think that's scary?
Head on, baby.
Be honest. You don't think that's scary?
Oh, it's very scary.
Know how many women are dying.
Scary.
People are dying behind dating somebody they thought that they loved, that they just met.
I know a few people who was killed.
But listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said. People are dying for people that they thought that they loved that they just met. They skipped everything that we've been talking about.
I don't know. Okay, so then what's the rush then? What's the rush in knowing somebody 10 years before?
Because I don't want to waste time.
No, but if you go a slow, steady pace, you gather everything, right?
Man, a lot of times that slow, steady pace be because people are, again, complacent. They are comfortable. They don't want to put action. They don't want to get into action. They don't want to move their feet. Let's be real.
But if I fast forward, you could be a psycho killer.
Yeah. If you fast forward, you build a building too fast, it's bound to collapse.
Right.
We just saw that.
Right. So I'm saying stick to
No, that's not what you're saying.
You just need to find out if that waterfall gonna turn into a river or if it's a cliff.
You know what? You know. Here's a better song for you. There's a better song for you by Emily Sunday that says, "If you can't follow rivers, how you ever gonna find the sea?"
Well, did I just say find a river?
A river doesn't feed into a sea. Let's just be clear. Thank you.
What?
Rivers don't feed in, they feed into oceans, not a sea. No. The Mississippi feeds into what? Not a sea.
Okay, so you're playing semantics that's really not appropriate.
Yeah, I can play what's the difference? No.
Yeah, they both have salt in them.
They're called two different things. So give me something with an ocean song. Feed the river into the ocean.
Salmon and salmon. There you go.
Potato. It's fine. It's okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's not staying to the same. It's not staying the same. That's never the answer.
So
it's never the answer.
So your advice in the new world of dating would be what?
There's no new world of dating. There's just new applications and implementations or user interfaces of dating. It's still the same.
So it's the same
Find
game.
Somebody.
There's more lives.
It's the same game, just a different package. Like what's the difference between Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? It's still a
There
game.
is
I
a
don't
difference. There is a
play
difference.
PlayStation.
There is a
It's
difference.
it's still a game. It gets more sophisticated, but at the core of it, it's still a game.
Okay, but it's more complex. So you're saying we need to guard ourselves with a damn background checker
I'm
tool
saying you guard yourself with the experience and the spirit.
and the spirit
Yep.
and pray on it.
Because we
And
know all through the spirit.
that's how to navigate in this world of dating in 2021.
So like when somebody asks you that question, so what's your favorite position? All right, my favorite position is I'm gonna talk to you later.
That would be the answer. No one ever
Yeah.
asks me no question like that.
Never.
No one.
CEO.
They never act. Okay, when somebody asks you a sexual
No one.
innuendo question,
They never said that.
I stop it.
No,
Stop
I'm being honest. They've
Stop
never
it.
done it. I'm being honest.
They never ask what turns you on.
Nobody's ever asked me that. They ask
Dang,
me
you
things to
date too
make me
much for
smile.
real.
What number is the dial? You gonna be
You,
here for a while?
you
I'm gonna
date
come
too
up.
much for real.
That's what they ask me. That's what they say. You gonna be here
Oh,
for
and
a
you know
while?
what's your name? What's your size?
Yeah.
You skip that. What's your name? What's your size?
Yeah. Well, that person ain't talking to me.
Are
Somebody
you?
else.
Because you gonna rendezvous, I'm gonna rendezvous. We can hook up at the what around too. Like I'm saying, they asked you sexual innuendos, and you just chose to not recognize them. But that
Yeah.
speaks of who they are. That's why it's what comes out of a person that defile it. It's not that I eat pork. It's not that I eat unclean animals. It's what comes out of me. So like when you ask me a question, you're not getting what's of me. You're getting the answer I feel you want. So what a person shows you, what a person asks you, what a person puts out into the world themselves is their true person.
So just listen for the true person.
Yes.
Because don't assume with this true person.
No, you
Just follow the
always
okay.
you accept what they say, but they have to prove it. You don't just like if you come to my house. No, if Willie comes to my house or to your house and you barbecuing and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring the ribs next time." Are you not gonna buy ribs because Willie said he gonna bring ribs?
No, I'm not gonna buy ribs because Willie said he's gonna bring ribs.
But I'm
That's
gonna show you a call, Willie, before.
No, that's crazy. Because I'm gonna buy ribs, and then if Willie brings ribs, like, oh damn, we got a bunch of ribs. Now next time Willie say I'm gonna bring ribs, I believe Willie gonna bring ribs because he said he gonna bring them. He brought them. He showed the fruit. Now we can move forward.
Then you have an expectation of failure because you automatically didn't trust Willie to do what Willie said he was going to do.
Yep.
I trusted him. But I'm not gonna do what I know I need to do until I know that he proved himself.
That's control.
That's not
control.
I called Willie. I'm calling.
You don't trust. Trust is taken. It's not. You don't give trust. I take trust because I show you that you can trust me. You can't just say, "Oh, I trust." You're never just gonna say, like, "Oh, I trust that person with my kids." No, they're gonna do a whole lot of things that show you that you can trust them with their kids. So a person takes trust from you, and they prove that you should trust them. It's not like, "Oh, I'm gonna trust him." That's silly. Like you don't put your trust in faith or life on the line because of somebody's word that it don't mean nothing. Like if LA says she's gonna bring ribs, you don't have to buy ribs.
Right. Because LA don't bring ribs.
If CC says she gonna bring ribs, if you want ribs, I would still bring ribs until I know who CC is and what CC about.
So then you automatically have trust issues. And that's what I'm saying.
It's not a trust issue.
It gotta be. It
I'm
gotta
be
be.
like
I'm
this.
not gonna.
If I
I'm
tell you I'm gonna bring ribs and I bring the ribs and I see that you done already got some ribs and
I'ma
I'm
feel
sitting here looking like, nigga,
But okay,
I brought
so
ribs before I said I want to bring
hold on,
ribs. You
hold
brought
on,
ribs. So
hold
next
on,
time,
hold on.
I ain't bringing ribs next time.
No, you're adding to
Okay.
the equation that I don't know you already. So like if I don't know you and you was like, oh, I'll bring the ribs next time. That's why I said some random name. Like if LA says she's gonna bring ribs, I don't have to buy ribs. And that's because I know Riri. Like, oh, Riri girl says she got the ribs. You know what? Hey, we don't need ribs. But if your cousin's friend Tabitha says she's gonna bring the ribs, I don't know Tabitha to trust her to bring ribs to make sure I want ribs.
Then why is she at the cookout? Why are you expecting her to bring stuff?
See,
because that's
but it's not about the cookout. It's about the interaction. So like take the cookout out and say I'm dating you. Like if I say I'm gonna pick you up at 6 and I show up at 9, right? And what can you do? You can like, all right, he said he's gonna pick me up at 6. Okay, I'm ready at 6. Oh, he didn't show up. So now you know, oh, he showed up. Oh, it's cool.
He know I'm
so
not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
he knows me. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for coming at 7.
But you're taking it too specifically. It's like it's an open-ended thing. It's like you don't take somebody's word at anything until they show the reason why you take that word. Like if I told you that this paper right here is worth 10,000 reals, are you going to give me $10,000 for it?
No, but why would
No, why? Why not? Because this
on.
doesn't show you the value.
So that tells you who your character is, that you are a liar. Because why do I have to go through life and say, oh, this person could or could not be lying to me? Especially in a dating situation, that's why you should be upfront. Because in a dating situation, why do I gotta go in and say you might be lying?
I think you think that the world is just magically gonna be good.
I think
it's called being optimistic. So I have a very optimistic spirit. So it is what it is. I'm super positive. So if you tell me you're gonna do something, I'm going to expect you to do that until you prove that you're not going to do it. So I mean, but that's like that.
But that's you're saying the same thing.
How you're
saying the same thing.
No, but my thing is, I said, I'm going to trust that you're going to do those things, not me.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Okay. Let's put a different thing. You're planning on going to Jamaica.
I am. Next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now.
Tony said he's gonna buy your ticket to Jamaica, but you just met Tony. Are you not gonna have any other way to get to Jamaica if Tony don't come through?
If I just met Tony, I'm gonna ask, why are you buying me? So that's what your common sense.
Thank you.
That's common sense. I
don't think we can equate ribs and the damn
but it's in your heart. Your heart is more akin to Jamaica than it is ribs.
So here's the thing, though. No, I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing: if somebody that I'm not, I don't really know like that, tell me, hey,
which is anybody that you're dating, but go ahead.
I'm going to buy you a ticket to go to Jamaica, right? I'm going to say, okay, well, I need the ticket by X, Y, and Z date. If that shit has not been delivered by X, Y, and Z date, then I will purchase my own ticket. That's it. And then that's just it. But I'm going to expect you to do what you said you're going to do. I'm going to give you the opportunity. I'm not going to just go ahead and buy a ticket, then be damn assed out. Now I can't get no fucking refund. And this person that bought me a ticket. Now we got 2 tickets. You ain't invited, bro.
But so you still put that layer of protection in there. So you're agreeing with me, even though you're adding a stipulation.
I'm not a layer of protection. I trusted that person going to do what they said they're going to do by a certain date. I just gave them a deadline. That's all I did. Because if you follow through,
okay. So if you drop the ribs off at my house 3 days before the barbecue, you know, like I won't buy ribs. Yes. You're exactly
But
right.
that's why I said in the beginning when you said about the ribs, I said I would call and see if the person was still bringing the ribs or not. That's all I said. That if they said no, then I would be prepared to
But
go
what
buy
if
the
it's too
ribs.
late? Okay, so now
It
you
ain't gonna be too
call,
late.
you prompt me. Now you call, you
Expectations.
prompt me to get ribs. It is too late because now you call, you prompt me to get
Mhm.
ribs. So like I'm like, oh, I got them. I'm going to get them right now. Now they haven't been marinated for 6 to 12 hours like you would have did it on low while you went to church and you come home and just throw them on the grill to be right. So it's
Well,
still
but see, we was gonna take that chance anyway, though, because at the end of the day, if that person said they was gonna buy ribs, they could have bought the ribs. Don't mean they was gonna damn marinate them and do all that too. They might not even make the ribs the way they ribs the way I do my ribs. Anyway, so
that's my
that
point.
don't matter.
That's
Either
my point.
way, they
That's my
might not
point.
cook the way I cook. But I
That's
still
my point.
expected you to bring them down ribs, bro.
I still expect you to bring the ribs because
You
you
said you're gonna bring
I
the
don't
ribs.
know.
I expect you to bring the ribs. So I'm calling
But
you to
I think
remind
that's
you
what
to bring the ribs. But I'm not going to
There's
have
a
the expectation that you're just not going to do it. I'm not going to be like, well, let me just go ahead and buy these just in case. They don't. That's just like when
why
people
not?
say they're getting married, like,
Why
man,
not?
just in case.
I know
Let me
I know
get
you got
just
the
in
extra. I
case.
know you got the extra freezer.
You
guess what?
don't go in there with the expectations of failure.
And
You're
guess
gonna
what?
always fail because you manifesting that anyway.
Hold on. And that's what
you
we do. They gonna date somebody and then be dating somebody on the side just in case they don't bring the ribs. You see what I'm saying? So then that's that mindset. I'ma still talk to you just in case this new girl don't work out. That is what we're saying right there. Folks are not forthcoming. They're not honest
So
at all up front. Because you already got ribs and you trying to get somebody else to bring ribs on the side. You know what I'm saying? You ain't shit.
no, they volunteered to bring ribs.
So
Like
if they
I
volunteer, then you
volunteer
better
to
ask
be a
them
good dude.
and give them a chance to keep their word.
I volunteer to be a good dude. That doesn't mean that you should set yourself up thinking that I'm going to be a good dude.
Man, listen, I just look at them.
Why would I date
It's
you?
gonna go right. You look at them as you know that person, you can't trust them, or you can't, whatever the case may be. But I mean, I can speak for myself. I'm optimistic like that. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. I can only speak for myself too.
But there's a difference between being optimistic and anticipative, and a lot of people are more anticipative than they are optimistic. Because optimistic is still relatively safe.
But that's what I said. I would ask if you said that you was going to bring something, you volunteered, right? And when it got closer to that day and you have not come through, whether it's a plane ticket, whether it's some ribs, I don't care. If you have not come through by that, I'm saying close to that date,
But you're doing it.
I'm going to follow up though. I didn't go into it from the beginning with the thought that they're not going to do it. So let me have this safety net. No, I didn't do that. I went in it with
I'm saying I was already going to do it. I'm already going to do it. You're already going to Jamaica. You're planning to go to Jamaica. Why would you let somebody else try to interrupt your flow? Because
they're not interrupting my flow.
And you know what? And it's not a waste because you got a year to travel somewhere.
I mean, shit now, but depending on the tickets you get. It depends on the ticket that you get, because some of them are non-refundable, some of them are non-transferable, some of them have stipulations, baby. I know I was a travel agent for a long time. So no.
Listen. We're just saying in 2021, people just should be honest up front. Period.
Yeah,
that's a setup.
We don't have a head in our hair to put you in. Proud of. Just be honest. $0 to be honest. Zero. You don't have. Guess what? You don't have to do. You don't have to pretend when you're honest. You're yourself. So why can't people just be their organic selves? Why?
Because if I'm 5'9" and I'm trying to get at you and I like
Because
have
they
this
ain't
huge
serious
crush on
about
you,
they,
I
they,
don't
they
got a
don't believe in
chance.
themselves. That's why they don't believe in
You just ain't
themselves.
got a chance. Because that's
They
my
don't
I don't
think
got I don't
they
got a
don't believe in
chance.
themselves. That's why.
yeah. Mhm.
I agree, but I'm just saying like if I'm 5'9", I don't got a chance. So like now I have to come like this or like that because
You don't have
you're
to
roadblocks.
lie though. Don't lie. Just wait your turn because whatever's meant for you will be. If you don't have to pretend or make up shit. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Somebody else might like you with your 5'8" ass. Listen, it's just not me because I'm not gonna do it.
But like I don't want somebody else. I want you.
No, you don't want me because I don't want you. So see,
That's
it has to be. We have to be in agreement. You see what I'm saying? We have to agree that I want you. You
you
can't
just
just
don't know you want me yet.
you can describe your likeness to me if I don't like you. It ain't gonna happen.
But
Well,
that doesn't change how I feel.
But I'm being upfront and I'm being honest. That's not what I'm attracted to.
And I'm being upfront, I'm being honest.
I'm being honest. And so then you have to move on. Because I'm being upfront and I'm being honest and I'm telling you we could be cool. We could be friends. That's it. Because I'm not looking for nothing else because you're 5'8". I asked for somebody 6'5". So now am I gonna miss out? Maybe that would be me. That would be my issue, not yours at 5'8". But then that's me missing out because I'm shallow as fuck. Not you. But I was upfront with what I wanted and what I expected, not what you were gonna force me to do. Because you're not gonna force me to do a damn thing. That's what's wrong with these men right here.
On that note, can we get some closing remarks from you guys, please?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Keisha Joyner has said, learn to accept the red flags and don't and don't make excuses. All the things we talked about. Someone said in dating, heal yourself first. Stop. Please do not make the new person pay for what the old person put you through.
Mm-hmm.
Honesty is always important. Everybody knows that. Be honest and upfront about what you want in the beginning. Do not date potential run from inconsistency. Period.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Right.
So my closing thoughts is just that. First of all, be careful. Be careful. You don't know who's on the other end of these computers when you are on these dating apps. Be careful. Be mindful. Don't meet nobody nowhere after midnight. Ain't nothing open but Waffle House and Legs. Always meet people in group settings, period. Don't be on a one-on-one until you know a person well enough to be on a one-on-one situation with them and get you, let's share your location with somebody. And if it don't feel right, it ain't right. And if the nigga it feels too good to be true, then guess what, baby? It's not true. But don't go out here doing background checks on everybody because that's rude.
Like, I mean, you can do a background check, just don't tell
No, don't do a background check on me. Push your ass out. Thank you.
Virgil, what's your closing remarks?
Be open, be mindful, and be diligent and paying attention to everything that they say. Mm-hmm. Like listen, like I have a shirt I designed, and it's like you're not listening until you hear with more than your ears.
Okay. You get one of
the because
what that shirt? How much that shirt cost?
No,
I haven't. I'm that entrepreneur that ain't ready to be an entrepreneur yet.
Just send it to us because we need to make on the show. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then like set your boundaries and hold yourself to them and hold people that you want to deal with accountable to them, mm-hmm. and it'll all work out.
Yes. Well, first you said the spirit. Let the spirit guide you. Now you done moved from that, Reverend.
No, that's the same thing. Because you're setting your boundaries. Like the spirit's going to tell you what's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this isn't right. Like this this behavior doesn't match the action, so you're still listening to the spirit.
Oh, okay. I was just testing you, Reverend. That's all.
Nah.
Well, my closing remarks would be
Yes, LA. What is it?
be you.
Authentically you?
Be you, be authentic, be transparent. Go at your speed. Go at your speed. And don't be afraid to say what you want. And don't be afraid to go get what you want. And as a disclaimer as well, y'all stop going on these first dates to each other's houses talking about y'all finna cook for somebody. No.
Yes.
No. I see that a lot.
Like I said, when somebody starts leveraging stuff, it's
Yeah, I've seen that a lot lately though, like on social media or whatever. Folks actually like, oh, I'm gonna take you, we're gonna have dinner, I'm gonna cook for you. Hell no. No.
It's like,
No.
like, don't put it down on the first day either.
Nah.
What you mean? Don't put what?
That's a whole nother situation, a whole nother show.
Because that's what these men think about. So, we way outside of time. But Reverend Virgil, Deacon Virgil, Virgil, whichever one you want to be called.
Yarn all day.
We really do appreciate you coming on and
yes, gotta have you on more often. I would love the dialogue.
We love being here because you bring a sense of urgency to defining words that we take for granted, and I appreciate you for that. Yeah, but men ain't. No, I'm just.
Oh God.
Yeah, because
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
I need a size medium in shirt, and LA, you tell him your size.
Large.
Then we'll get you can just mail it to us.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You just got your destination too. So
I just left church. I was like I thought I was gonna get off at like 7:10, but
sorry, you started the flock. Don't leave the flock. Okay, don't leave the flock, Rick.
Nah, I was really going to meet my apostle, and he wasn't there anyway. So I'll just do everything via messages now.
Okay, I appreciate you for taking the time. Okay, love y'all.
I appreciate you guys.
all right.
Yes. Bye, Virgil. Love you, LA. We'll
Love
see
you.
next week, same place, same time.
Dang, she's just like, I'm out.
Bye.
Bye.